Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake edition. For this pop culture phenomenon, I had to put on my best denim because, of course. Have you ever wondered what was behind this relationship? What brought them together, and do they have any karma or soul contracts that they have to fulfill within each other? My name is Bia Samai. I'm a certified karmic astrologer. I specialize in business and relationships. And just this week, I got this fabulous review of one of my millionaire clients sharing the work that we have done together, which I am so proud of because this is just one of many stories. All right, let's start off with Justin Timberlake's birth chart. His chart is graded a AA, so we can read everything in this screen, okay? He's coming in as an Aquarius sun, Sag moon, and Leo rising. Now, this is going to be kind of a huge deal in his story because have you ever noticed energetically Justin Timberlake has this undertone to his energy of pessimism and kind of like you could just tell it takes a lot to get him happy or make him feel just on with it. Often happens with a person who is born with the sun conjunct the south node. So if you take a look right there, you're going to see that Justin's Aquarius sun is at 12 degrees and it is almost exactly conjunct his south node. Now, what is the south node? The south node has everything to do with your karmic past, karmic debt, and what you're here to rectify. Meaning this is something that all of us have to get in order and correct before we can move on to what our life path energy involves. Now, every person has a different unique story with their karma. When it comes to Justin and anybody who has the sun or moon, but mostly the sun conjunct the south node, you're now looking at a person who is not able to turn another cheek when it comes to the shadows that they carry. This is a person who is karmically responsible to respond and take accountability in every corner of their life. Because of this, it shows a signature of a person who tries to dodge away from what they inherently need to do to grow as an individual. So when a person has these stars, it's almost like a signature of we're going to make it so clear and a statement that you can't really ignore this energy or this task at hand because it's just the most important thing that the person has to focus on in this lifetime. Now, the sun is your ego. It's your sense of self. And so that has a lot to do with how you express yourself. And with someone in this energy field who doesn't live a principled life or life in accordance with their higher good, you're going to feel that distaste and unfulfilling vibe that they carry because it's a big weight to have on them. From my experience and from doing over 10,000 birth chart readings, it has been my observation that a lot of the people that carry these placements are the ones who self-check out. What I mean with self-checkout is that they willfully choose to not be here anymore and do some kind of action that sends them back to the stars, okay? And I think this has a lot to do with just the inability to turn around or turn away from yourself. You have to face yourself in this lifetime. So having said that, Justin Timberlake is doing all of this, having this conversation in the Aquarius star system. So when it comes to his north node, he's here to be the star. He's here to express his human heart. So this is truly about resuscitating the heart chakra. Justin is learning how to pump, how to feel, how to have passion, how to be in the space of acknowledgement and recognition for whatever his talents are. So inherently, we're looking at a love-hate relationship with his own fame and how he receives it, perceives it, etc. Moving on to Miss Britney Spears, this is a chart that we could spend several hours on. She has a very, very similar chart to Gypsy Rose. You could just see the parallels by me saying that. It's kind of crazy. But she is coming in as a Sagittarius sun, Aquarius moon, and Libra rising. Britney Spears carries heavy karma when it comes to relationships and the people in her life. And we see this with her south node in Capricorn, which is again the karmic signature of the past. being conjunct Venus. So almost any person that comes into her life is going to be fated, destined, and there's integrity checks within all the connections. So there's something that she's going to learn from all the relationships that come into her life. This is true for everybody, but not everybody has this statement emphasis in their story. Like, this is like one of the things she's here to do. And this is further backed up with Saturn in Libra. Libra has everything to do with relationships. So Venus is heavily afflicted in this birth chart. I don't think that Justin was the first person to really hurt her. Obviously, we know it's not. It feels like almost every person in her life has been daunting and karmic for her. There's a sense of learning how to take care of yourself here. There's a sense of, I can bathe myself. I can brush my own teeth. The North Node in Cancer says, I'm here to self-care. I'm here to wash my hands, to wash my hair, to make my bed, to take care of myself and give myself the primary needs that a human requires. This is very much giving controlled in the past. Everything about her experience seems like a karmic crisis. Now, when we put these two people together, you have an inside-out pattern, meaning that Justin is an Aquarius Sun, Sag Moon, and she is a Sagittarius Sun, Aquarius Moon. So those are flipped. Interestingly, this gives off the impression that both of these people had an admiration towards each other, but there was issues in leadership. I think that at some point in the relationship, allegedly, according to the stars, we had either Justin fully in charge or Britney fully in charge. How this played out, we don't know, but it gives a contrast as to who's growing the relationship. This would be kind of difficult to carry out. Long-term relationship, this would actually require a lot of teamwork. Now, what is actually truly one of a kind and that I've never, ever seen before is how Justin's Venus is exactly the same placement as Britney's Venus. It's pretty remarkable. Both of them have Venus at 25 degrees of Capricorn, except don't freak out, I had Britney Spears on both grids, but now this is Justin and this is Britney Spears, okay? So you could see Justin's Venus is at 25 degrees of Capricorn and hers is too. And they're born 1 month apart from each other. Do you know what that means? Do you know what that means? This means that Venus went retrograde in between them being born. Venus went retrograde. Venus rules both of their Saturns. Both of them have Saturn in Libra, which talks about karma with people. What I think happened in this relationship was that they had to face themselves through each other. As you can see, Justin is almost like running away from himself. And he would not have been able to do that with Britney because she was a Libra rising. This is a mirroring that was happening. And this is my personal opinion on why I think he hates her, because he hates himself. Did you see that? That was the first thing I said. What kind of energy do you think Justin holds? He has an uptight energy. And it isn't anybody else's uptight other than his. So he's projecting that onto other people. And I think he extremely projected that onto Britney Spears. The learning lesson for Britney Spears in this relationship was the dangers of not creating a sense of individualism within people. This was the first red flag for Britney Spears' life. Actually, I would say the second. I think the first was her dad. But this would have been the second red flag of an alert going off in Britney Spears' world that she could not submit and be so submissive in relationships because it would cost her her life. She is breaking the pattern of being controlled. There is always so much to say in these soul contract relationships. Let me know if it was insightful for you and also what celebrity you want me to do next. Bye.